Ladies and gentlemen, I proudly welcome you to Marley State of Mind. You know what the fuck it is. You know what time it is, motherfucker. Let's go.
It's a motherfucking podcast. Yeah, it's a motherfucking podcast. Hey, it's a goddamn podcast. Yeah, it's a motherfucking podcast, bitch. Yeah, it's a podcast, bitch. It's a goddamn podcast.
What up? You're back again on Marley State of Mind podcast, the world's dopest podcast here at a Bunch of Bull Studios. And tonight's no exception. We're bringing you the dopest guests around. Whenever I start these off, I always like to tell the people how I was introduced or how I came to find the particular artist that we have on. For you, Semaj. Oh, by the way, it's Semaj right here, in case y'all were wondering. For you, Semaj, the way I came across you was the homie Selena Renee. We did a whole bunch of shows and stuff together at the time, and she was popping and doing her thing, and she had a video come out. And I remember the video. You were in the video because you did the production for it, and the production was crazy. And I'm like, damn, who's bro? And then I started seeing you more and more around that time, and I seen you at an Odd showcase shortly thereafter. The homie Stephen Prim. Shout out Prim. What up, Prim?
Yeah, premise. Shout out.
Did the Odd showcase, so I used to go there for bro, to support him, and I seen you out there, and you know, I mean, the production was always crazy. So that was my introduction to you, and I had to, and fortunately, shout out John Basement. The way that we really got connected was John Basement. The way that we locked in, John Basement invited me to one of his sessions, and it was down your studio.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And ever since then, me and you've been like locked in.
Yeah,
locked in.
Yeah.
So, welcome everybody, Semaj, to the podcast.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, for sure. How you feeling,
Appreciate
bro?
y'all. I'm feeling good, man.
Yeah.
I'm wavy.
Yeah, for
You know what I'm
sure.
saying?
For sure.
It's been a great day. I mean,
It's been a great day.
running a little late here. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
all
But
good.
It turned out to be a great situation. This is beautiful what y'all got over here, bro.
For sure, man. I'm happy to have you. Like I said, I know you've been doing a lot of things for a long time. You have some not only history, but you're doing some things currently that is crazy. I know you're doing a SEMAGIC hour, which was super dope. But we're gonna get into all that, you know, as it comes up. But I like to take people on a journey through your experiences to how you got to be where you are now. So for you with this music, do you remember your first interaction with music where you fell in love? Do you remember the first artist where your parents music lovers? Like, what was your first experience where you felt like, damn, this does something to me, this moves me?
Man, it was Run DMC. Run DMC, that was the only rap music that was being played in my house. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, it was, soul music. Just solid gold oldies. But yeah, bro, Run DMC was just energy. You know what I'm saying? It was like someone making beats on the table.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Hell yeah. Do you remember what song it was specifically by Run DMC?
Oh, Peter Piper.
Peter Piper.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
You know what I mean? Like Peter Piper. And then slowly, like I was watching TV. So I was going to see what was good and what wasn't.
Right.
And, Tribe Called Quest.
Okay.
It was great. Q-Tip. It was just.
Do you remember what it was about these artists when we're talking about the Run DMCs, the Tribes with Q-Tip, Phife Dawg? Do you remember what it was about this music that intrigued you so much? Do you remember what it was that caught your attention?
It looked cool. You know what I'm saying? Like everything.
It was the aesthetics?
Like the whole aesthetic of it just looked amazing. Like I'm like, yo, this is like, I want to be a part of, like, not even like knowing the amount of money that I can make off of this before I do any of that. You know what I mean? I was just always into the art.
You had the allure of just the hip hop culture.
Yeah,
I love that.
You know what I'm saying? And by the time I recognized who Pharrell was, I knew that I wanted to make music.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, and then my brother, John Stees, Jay Stees.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out Jay Stees. Everybody knows Jay Stees, but he pretty much is the one that threw me right in. You know what I'm saying? Put Reason, the beat making software Reason on my computer. He was like, yo, I'm not going to show you how to make beats. I'm just gonna show you how to use this software. You know what I'm saying? It's up to you from there. I was like, all right. And then I remember I did not go to sleep that night. I was just up all night.
Infatuated with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fell in love instantly.
And you started making beats at that moment?
Yep. That was the year 2005.
2005, started making beats.
Yep.
That's dope. Do you remember? So when you first started making beats, were you like freestyling, basically just like trying to put sounds together, seeing what worked with what worked with what, and like, or were you just really composing shit, like having things in your head, like let me put this together, let me put that together?
Well, like a lot of the sounds that I had had like sound kits.
Mm-hmm.
So like different producer sound kits. So like a Manny Fresh kit, you know what I'm saying, a Dr. Dre kit, you know. They had like different little sounds in there, you know. So I'm like, oh, this is the same drums from, you know,
G thing.
You know what I'm saying? Like, let me try to remake that beat, you know.
Yeah.
I would just remake, you know what I'm saying, like actual songs. I would remake the beats, you know.
That's fire. Were you successful with that?
I became very successful with that.
Damn, that's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
That's fire. So you're like deconstructing songs basically. Like you're taking them things apart and building them back together.
Yep.
That's fire, actually.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really how and then I was able to come up with ideas that way. You know what I mean?
Now, did you have like musical influence? Did you play instruments or anything like that prior to? What, like, how did you already understand music to some degree at that point?
I wasn't playing no instruments. Well, I wasn't playing no instruments probably until like before I was making beats. You know what I'm saying? I was playing the trumpet.
Okay.
Played the trumpet, and then by high school I was playing the drums.
Okay.
So, you know, the snare drum, and then I was playing like the quads and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I was bass drum. I was all over. I was a drum head.
Yeah.
So like that helped with production.
Hell yeah. Timing, rhythm,
all that.
Yeah. For
sure.
I'm saying? For sure. Now, so we're deconstructing music. You're taking beats that you're already familiar with, taking those apart. Do you remember what it was like when you put your first original together?
Oh yeah. And that's when I felt comfortable sharing my beats with other people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Once I was able to, you know what I'm saying, like make my own from scratch. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, that was the first time I made a beat. You know what I'm saying? Like I had to make something from scratch, and you know, eventually I got all crafty with it, you know, and then eventually learned how to sample. You know what I mean? Like making beats from scratch was always first though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Before all this, what it is now, like I was always melody, drums, bass, you know what I'm saying? Just real simple.
Now, I know most producers dabble in, like I know your history, so I'm trying to make sure that the people come to terms with it and come up to speed. So I know most producers they sometimes they rap, you know, and they get into it that way. When you're doing this, were you an artist as well? Like did you make music at this time?
Never. I was never rapping. Like I never wanted.
Because you got the vocals too. You sing as well. People don't know. May know.
Yeah, if you know, you know.
If you may know. Yeah, but so you were never into that aspect of it. It was just the beats for you.
It was just always the beats, bro. Like I was always, I love the way music sounded. You know what I'm saying? Like I love the vibe that it brought, the energy. You know, like I was always fascinated with who's behind this. You know what I'm saying? Who's pushing the buttons.
Yeah, you mentioned Pharrell.
Yeah. You know, once I put that together and seen who understood who he was, you know, it was pretty much like Timbaland, Pharrell, you know, like that whole Aaliyah era.
Okay,
know?
like the VA, the
that
VA.
whole VA thing. You know?
Yeah, bro, I was big in that too. Like I ain't gonna lie, like I seen somebody stunting on Magoo not too long ago, but I ain't gonna, like that was for me too, like Up Jumps the Boogie and Love to Love You.
Yeah,
and all that stuff,
love to love.
And I think because I was younger too, so it kind of appealed to you a little bit more because it wasn't real vulgar.
Right.
You could play it in front of you. Yeah, it was safe.
It was very safe.
And the like you said, just the melody and hearing like, and even to this day, like Tim and Pharrell, they're hit makers. Like they're legit hit makers. Like if they're on your album, that's probably your single.
It's gold.
That's probably your single. If they have a track on your album, that's probably one of the singles.
Facts.
So and that's funny that you say that because I can hear some of that influence in some of the records that you create that you were influenced by some of that.
Yeah, definitely, bro. That left a big stain on my brain. You know, like just how they had their own styles. You know what I'm saying? And everything sounded different. You know what I'm saying? Every track sounded different, but you still was able to recognize that it was their production.
Oh yeah,
You know what I mean?
absolutely.
So like, I was always inspired by that, and I wanted to have that same type of, that same type of
Presence.
feel, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
to my music, like where it's like you can recognize that I did this, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's gonna sound like what you love, but it's gonna be my way of doing it.
I think you nailed that too, bro.
Thank you, man.
I think
Thank
you nailed that. So, do you remember who was the first artist that you started working with whenever you made production, or who was the first person to grace one of your beats?
you. The first person to grace one of my beats, man, was my cousin Lou.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Via Lou. Shout out Via Lou. I mean, he was the first person to grace one of my beats. And it was around the time where I had just started making beats,
Yeah.
and I found out that we were related, so
Oh, you didn't even know you were related
didn't
prior
even know we
to?
were related. No, just met him for the first time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then found out that we were related. Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Was it tough for you to let someone rap on your beats, like for the first time? How'd you feel about it? Because I'm sure you probably had a vision, even though you weren't an artist. You probably had a vision for your music. I'm sure it's probably still difficult at times.
Oh yeah.
Because these are your babies, and if you see somebody
Yeah.
mistreated, you probably like
You
took
hit
the
it
words
right
out of
on
your
the
mouth.
head. You took the words right out of my mouth.
But yeah, no. So it's probably tough when you see somebody mistreating mistreating your baby like that. So what that first time that what's my man's name again? I'm sorry, I won't forget again.
Who?
Uh,
You talking about
the first person the
Lou.
Lou. My bad, Lou. I won't let it happen again, bro. I promise. So the first time Lou got on the track, how did you feel about that? Were you anxious? Were you excited? What was
I
the
was
feeling?
excited, bro.
Yeah.
I was highly impressed because when I first met him, he was rapping. You know what I'm saying? And then after I heard him rap, that's when I found out that he was my cousin. I was like, yo, I'm related to this guy. Like, his pen is crazy. Like,
Yeah.
and then at some point he's just freestyling, you know what I mean? Like, and yeah, we hit it off right there,
sure.
it was history ever since,
I love that. Yeah. So you guys are making music. So what was the were you guys making projects, singles? What type of stuff was y'all making at that time? Or it wasn't even about that, you was just having fun? What was the vibe at that time? What was the
Man, the
what was the
vibe
feel?
around that time, bro, like, cause we were just so young,
Mhm.
like we were making music and just uploading it on MySpace. You know what I'm saying? Like, letting everybody hear
Letting
it.
the homies
You know what
hear
I'm
it.
saying? And then, had ideas for like, projects, but we're young, we don't know what we're doing, like, but we definitely put a lot of that music out, We
One
put
way
a
or the
lot of
other.
it out, one way or the other.
Yeah. Yeah, that's dope. So you and Lou making music, you're getting into it. When did you start taking it serious, or at what point did you say like, man, I'm talented? What was that first moment of validation for you that showed you like, damn, I can actually do something?
Man, uh so Lou used to go to we used to go to a studio downtown Pittsburgh, called
The Diamond Building.
the Diamond Building.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Third floor. You know what I'm saying? There was a bunch of studios, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Jay Webb, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Shout out Jay Webb. He had a studio down there. We would go to Jay Webb's studio, you know what I'm saying, every now and then. He always had different people that came through. And I met Boca
Okay.
at Jay Webb's studio one
Yeah.
day. And I was just playing beats, you know what I'm saying, off the computer. And Boca's just like freestyling to the beats. Like, he's highly impressed. Now, prior to me even meeting Boca, my brother, you know what I'm saying, like Jay Steez,
Mhm.
had already told me about these things that they do, these beat battles. And I'm like, beat battles? Like, they battle with beats? Like, that's
Yeah.
wild. Like,
That's different. Yeah.
like, I don't know if I'm there yet. Like, I don't know if I'm. He's like, nah, bro. Like, you can do this. Like,
Yeah.
your shit is crazy. I'm like, all right, man. One day I'll get into it. So then, back to Boca. He's like, yo, man, I host these beat battles, man. I was like, oh, it's you. Okay, I'm putting the dots together now.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
That's people say they don't believe in like things being meant to be, or like a higher power creator, whatever you call it, right? When things like that happen, how can you not believe that there's something like, cause like there, like if you think about it just from like a number standpoint, or just like mathematically, statistically, like what are the chances? What are the chances?
Yeah, what are the
But
chances? Bro?
nonetheless, I digress. So
Everything happens
it's
for a reason.
for
You
sure.
know what I'm saying?
I
Everything
digress.
happens for a reason. Like,
So Boca hosts the beat battles.
yeah, Boga hosts the beat battles, and he was like, I think you should compete. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, all right. And then next thing you know, I sign up. He sends the itinerary.
Yeah.
And then I hear someone made a tweet. You know what I'm saying? Like CPX3, shout out Power Gang. He made a tweet saying, like, at the time I was going under the alias Infamous Instrumental.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
Infamous Instrumentals.
Yeah.
So
You're
he
still
made
on
a
my
tweet.
phone. You're still on my phone as Infamous Samaj.
You know what I'm saying? And of the only people that call me Infamous, you know what I'm saying, can call me Infamous because they remember and know me as Infamous. So I don't even care about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, he made a tweet saying like Infamous is one of the best producers in Pittsburgh. And then shout out Cynic Lethal.
Oh yeah, for
Cynic
sure.
Lethal retweets it and he's like, fuck that battle then. I'm like, oh, this is it. Like, this is it. Like, I'm about to be in cahoots. Like, and I remember who he was, like, because he had just won.
Hey, shout out Cynic Lethal for sure.
Yeah,
That's
man. Yeah, that's the brother right there. He had just won one of the Pittsburgh Hip Hop Awards.
Yeah.
For his project. But he pretty much was saying let's battle. This next one coming up, let's battle. So Boca set it up. So me and him battled. Long story short, he kicked my ass that night, but we went overtime.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, the footage is on YouTube and everything. Like,
yeah, check that out.
Yeah, check it out if you get, like, bored.
And those not familiar with Cynic Lethal, he is a mastermind. Like, bro's different when it comes to music and just everything. Like, he's not he's a character.
Yeah, he's
leave it at that.
Yeah,
we gotta have you out here, Cynic.
Definitely get him out here. But yeah, man, when I started doing the beat battles, like, after like, he beat me in that last overtime round, he was like, yo, like, this much, like, I want to, like, show you this much.
Yeah.
And then he taught me some different shit. We both use the same program, Reason. And he taught me some shit along with everything that I just learned around, just from my brother, from him,
just picking up these jewels along the way, along the journey.
The type of people that I surrounded myself around. I was surrounding myself around people that already mastered the craft.
That were established.
Yeah, they're already established.
Yeah. So you're doing the beat battles. You're getting into the scene. So that was your introduction into the scene. Really was via the beat battles.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Right.
So we're at that stage. You just got done with the beat battles. You're what I mean, you're probably feeling it a little bit. You just went up against the dude that just won a hip hop award last year.
Mm-hmm.
What I mean, you're getting this different validation because that's what we were speaking about. The time you got the validation and when you knew that you had something.
Yeah.
So what was the next step for you? Like, where's your head at this time once you get that validation? What are you trying to do?
Man, at this point, like, now, I got artists like wanting to work with me.
Mm-hmm.
At the time, I'm still just making beats. There's no microphone at my setup. There's none of that. It's just a beat studio.
Yeah.
And artists want to work with me, and now I'm selling beats, I'm saying, for like dirt cheap. Dirt cheap. I'm talking like $50, $25, like exclusives. You know what I'm saying? Like, just get.
Hey, y'all got a good deal now. Y'all hold on to them joints now. That's an investment.
Yeah.
And that's the other thing. So while we're on investment, so one thing I always like to stress on here, I mean, anytime artists come on, don't be afraid to invest in yourself. And the artist that purchased off of him, not knowing who he was, their investment's tenfold now, buying a beat off of Samaj for. So they invested in themselves, weren't afraid to say break. Because a lot of people they think if just because you're talented doesn't mean that anyone owes you anything. Let's first understand that. Just you got to pay your dues. You got to come up, and if someone respects you in a certain way, they're going to want to do things for you, and that's why these guys that are already established were doing things for you because they respected you.
Mm-hmm.
You weren't expecting any of these things. You didn't ask for any of these things, but because they respected you, they did it. And then when it came time for you to pay your dues, you're selling your beats for much cheaper than what they're worth. Because you're paying your dues, you're investing in yourself in this way. right? So I always try to stress how important it is to invest in yourself. So how important is it? Like how much did that stuff pay off? Networking. How did that stuff end up paying off long term?
Oh man, it just the word got around. You know what I'm saying? The word got around. Just yo, this guy, he got some good beats. You need to work with him. I'm working with different people. They're bringing out different. They're bringing out new.
Sounds on you,
Creativity in
yeah.
me. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. I'm diving into bags that I never really been in. You know what I mean? Like it was amazing, bro. Like I don't regret none of it. You know what I'm saying? I learned from the artists that I work with.
And you said at this time you just had the beat studio because let's let it be known you're an engineer as well. You know what I mean? So
Right.
and while we're there, just in case I do forget, how can people get a hold of you? Socials and all of that stuff.
Oh yeah,
If they're looking to work with you.
yeah. You can get a hold of me on Instagram at only one Semagic, only number one Semagic SEMAGIC.
What up? What up? What up, Sandy? Um, and what services do you provide for artists?
Um, you know, music production. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll produce a song for you.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
From what step? Like they can record it with you,
Oh yeah, I can record with
mixing,
me.
mastering. What
You know
type
what I'm
of
saying? I'll
all that?
mix and master. It's a one-stop shop.
There you
know what I'm
go.
saying? You can come there and make a song.
There you go,
You know what I'm saying?
my man. So make sure y'all get in touch with him on that tip as well. But at this time, so you just got the beat studio. You're just making beats at this time.
Yeah, I just got the beat studio. I'm you know what I'm saying? I'm selling beats and songs are getting made, but what I'm not appreciating is how the songs are being mixed.
Mm,
The songs are being mixed terribly.
yeah.
Like they're making my beat sound crazy. Like damn, like that's not how I mix that beat. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like so, I eventually, had to upgrade, had to upgrade the studio.
What
Got
type
a
of upgrades did you do?
well, I got some KRKs. I got some KRK speakers. I've been using these stereo speakers for like a long time.
Yeah.
And I got some KRK Rocket 6s and what else did I get? And I got a microphone. I got a Blue Spark microphone.
Mm,
Little $200 joint, just
yeah.
some
Yeah.
simple shit. Upgraded my interface, and then
What made you get the microphone? Because you still weren't doing any vocals at this time.
I wasn't doing any vocals,
Right.
but what I was gonna do was teach myself how to record
Mm.
so that I can have everything be
Yeah.
all in under one roof. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? I taught
Was
myself how to just mix, you know what I'm saying, like my random bullshit, or I had, like a roommate at the time who, would freestyle just, just fucking around, and I would, just use that as practice, and
so the inspiration behind that was just hearing your music not sounding the way you wanted it to sound.
yeah, it was not sounding the way I wanted to sound, bro.
Yeah.
At all. Like and then that's the transition going from beat maker to music producer.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's
Talk about it.
that's when you really find yourself like, okay, like I don't
I
want to be a
care.
beat maker no more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I care about everything that's going on now.
Right.
Like my beat was hard and you recorded some trash to it. You know what I'm
And that
saying?
reflects poorly on you, right?
Reflects poorly on me because people look at me like, oh, you
made
yeah,
that.
you made that?
Yeah.
I didn't think that was something that you would fuck with. You know what I'm saying? And you're like, damn, like they right. Like that ain't
They
me.
something,
Like,
yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? Like, and I'm like, nah, they giving me money. You know what I'm saying? And that's when you
Gotta
decide,
plead
like,
your
all
case.
right,
Yeah.
I gotta take this more serious. If I want some better music coming out of my beats,
I'm gonna have to produce that better music.
yeah, so got a little bit more choosy about who I worked with, and got more open to the people who maybe didn't have much of a budget,
Yeah.
and just built, good relationships.
Again, paying them dues, right?
Paying
Yeah.
them dues, yeah,
Yeah.
because you can't always expect money. Like it's all about what you're willing to put your time into.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Because it might be some people want to come up like you,
Yeah.
but you got a mutual respect for them. Again, it goes back to that mutual respect. They didn't.
Mhm.
It wasn't because they felt entitled to it because they're the dopest. It's because you built a respect for that individual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And at that point, but if you're not going to expect money from from, you know, an artist, just make sure that there's a business plan in order, you know.
Talk
Make
about
sure
it.
that there's something. Make sure that there's something in order. It's like, okay, well, eventually we're gonna both get paid off of this.
Right.
Not on some like dollar in the dream shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like on some like, all
If
right,
you if you put this to streaming, make sure the splits are correct.
yep. Make sure the splits is correct. You know, hey, let's put this on the Spotify playlist.
Right.
Let's go have one. You know what I'm saying? Like dropping it on some random playlist. You know,
What made you start to get in that business mind? Like, because that's the thing about a lot of this as well, that up and coming artists, and hopefully this is beneficial to the up and coming artists, up and coming engineers, producers, or whatever you may be. What made you shift it into, this is something I like to do, this is my passion, to this is something that can be lucrative for me, this is something I can turn into a legit business? What was that? What made that transition take place for you to think like, okay, let me make these long term deals with these guys, even if it isn't any immediate?
I seen the right way to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like my mom used to always tell me, like, if you're gonna do something, like do it the right way. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like, so, you know, when I seen like, okay, you gotta have publishing, you know, like, and at the time I was getting like what they call placement opportunities.
Okay.
So you know, I was trying
Tell
to
us a little bit about that for the people who may not know what that is.
so placement opportunities is or place ops, you know, like is when, you know, you can send your music in, you know, to different, you know, record companies for you know, for artists, you know, for
Yeah.
industry artists to rap over or whatever.
For anything, it could
You
be
know,
for TV
anything.
shows as well.
TV
Yeah.
shows, film,
Video
like,
games, any all that
video
type of stuff.
games,
Yep.
like all that, like anything that has to do with music, background music. And you know, I started looking at that, but then
That's
as I was
brilliant.
diving into that, you
Yeah.
know, I realized like you have to have publishing. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? And for those that don't know what publishing is,
Yes.
you know, like you have to have, in order for any of the artists that you hear on the radio right now to be on the radio, they have to have a publishing company. They have to have somewhere where their music is going to be in sync, you know, to get the play, you
Right.
know, to get the money that, you know, it's generating. You know, so
That's like your BMIs, your ASCAPs.
your BMIs, yeah, your
Those are
ASCAPs.
the big publishing companies that you'll be familiar with, or names you'll see on like any CD that you may have purchased. Yeah.
Yeah, like it'll say like Trippy Red,
Yeah.
studio song,
Yeah.
produced by Pierre Bourne for
Yep.
blah 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 publishing
How,
LLC.
how exciting was that when you open up the CD and you get to look at all
Oh
that?
man, like just the tangible, like when it was tangible, when music
But
was tangible.
You're reading that too though, right? Like,
You know what I'm
damn,
saying? Like who
who's
produced this?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Like
who names are these? Who are these
Yeah.
writers? Like,
who
I
are these
don't-
writers?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
and you put all the like I say, you connect all the dots. And you're like, okay, this makes sense. You know what I'm saying, I want to do this the right way. You know,
Yeah.
I want to be able to get paid off of what I'm doing. I did a track for the Woo Lords. That's what it is.
Ooh, yeah, yeah.
I worked with the Woo Lords.
That was one of Wu-Tang's groups.
Yeah, that was one of Wu-Tang's groups. They was in Pittsburgh. You know what
Yep.
I'm saying? Shout out to the Woo Lords.
Yeah.
I produced a song for them, and that's when I had just realized that I had to get my publishing because, you know, FD, you know, shout out FD, you know, he said, look, man, you gonna do this, you got to get paid. I'm
Yeah.
saying, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's how we work. That's how we do this. I was like, all right. You know what I'm saying? I got an ASCAP. Ever since then, I've been with ASCAP. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter what y'all use. Y'all can use ASCAP or BMI.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's all the same.
But make sure you do that. Like you said, because you might have a big opportunity come your way. And when that opportunity comes, you can't follow through because you didn't take these small steps. It's funny, I was just saying something about that recently. Like you got to do the hard work on the front end so you get the ease up on the back end. You know what I mean? So sometimes you got to make these small sacrifices or these small inconveniences because it's really nothing to get your publishing done. It's a few questionnaire on a website that you have to answer. I know back when I signed up with BMI, there was no fee. I know ASCAP had a fee. That's why I chose BMI over ASCAP.
Yeah. Back then they definitely had a fee, and they used this in
What
your
up, Griff?
card.
Yeah. So that's why I chose. I don't know. I think BMI does have a fee now though. But either way, it's well worth it in the end to make sure that your business is official and that you're coming correctly, and that'll help like some of the people that are on the higher end or the bigger guys, the labels and stuff, take you more seriously.
Yeah.
Once they see that you have your business in order.
Facts. Have your business in order.
for sure.
Have your business in order.
So you're working with the Woo Lords. They're like, yo, you got to get this. You got to get this taken care of, bro. Like, we want
Yeah.
to release these tracks.
Yeah, you know.
So you sign up for ASCAP?
Yep, signed up for ASCAP.
So you paid the fee. You ain't mine.
Yeah, I paid the fee. It was $100, I believe. It was $100, and yep, I got right in there
For sure.
and then I wanted to learn more, so did my research.
How did that come about? Did that come about through the placement, the Woo Lords track, or how'd that come about?
Just being around. Like I was actually Lou. Back to Lou.
Okay.
He had a performance over at where were we at? It was at that college. Can't remember. Mercyhurst.
Okay.
Was it Mercyhurst? Can't remember. One of them colleges.
Shout out to that college.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to that college.
University U.
But yeah, he had a show there.
Yeah.
And Woo Lords had a show there. And I needed a ride back. You know what I'm saying? Like to Pittsburgh. They were the only ones that were leaving that night. So I'm riding in a limo with the
got
Woo
to become
Lords.
homies with the Woo Lords.
You know what I'm saying?
Real
back
quick.
to Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
And I mean, like that's how the relationship started right there. Told them that I had some heat for them, and
Never got flamed.
You know what I'm saying?
Fine.
the song is called Puma Punku. Like it's out there.
What
you know
is
what I'm saying? Puma Punku.
Puma.
Yeah, some real Wu-Tang shit.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't
It's
even know what
really
that
old
means, but that
production.
sound
Like,
like
it's like
sound like something.
circa 2009, 2010, somewhere around that time. Like I can't even remember.
Yeah, that is the thing about, like you said, your music is very original. You know what I mean? And I can tell that you're influenced by like the Pharrells and Tims. And Pharrell's big thing is always like he's like, I'm looking for the next. Like I'm not trying to make now. Like that's one of the things I got
Right.
from Pharrell. Like I'm the same way. Like, but you know what I mean? I can see that in your sound. So you get the placement. You're doing the ASCAP thing. What's next? Like
So now, like, what's next is like I said, like I'm upgrading the studio. Get new equipment. I get a microphone. I'm recording my roommate. Just recording like
trying
acapellas.
to perfect the sound. You just want to get the engineering done.
Yeah, I'm trying to understand like, okay, how does vocals get mixed? So now like speed up a little bit. Now I'm taking my studio out of my house because I found some space in Etna. You know what I'm saying, called Storage Express. Now I'm saying this because it's true and it's a fact. Shout out Wavin Lane. Me and Wavin Lane were the first two producers to be putting a studio in a Storage Express. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, it was just rock bands that would rent out the space for just like a week or something like that to practice or something. Just art space and people that want to.
Because that is big now. Like a lot of people are doing that now.
Everyone's doing that now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I have a witness here to prove it, like just to, if I'm lying, like, like, you know what I'm saying? So like, but we were the first to do that. And then like after the first year that we did that, like everyone was just like caught the wave to it.
Right.
So, so now my studio is is in Etna, and I'm bringing in people that like I have been producing for ever since I first started. Yeah. I'm bringing in, you know what I'm saying, PK Delay.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying, I'm bringing in Pet Zebra.
Oh yeah.
I'm bringing in
very dope artist.
Yeah, yeah, I'm bringing in like those two guys, and I'm just like, yo, I need y'all to help me like just test this microphone. So, they're like, walking me through it and everything. Like, yeah, bro, well, I like to hear my voice like this, bro. But, like, here's how, like, like you would do this. Here's how you would do that, like with the compression and everything. I'm like,
okay. So they're putting you to some different techniques as well.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm learning from everybody around me, bro. Like,
for sure.
So really, like, I got to shout out Pet Zebra. Like, Pet Zebra, like, really, like, he got me right as far as, like, mixing vocals. And that's what really like got me up to speed,
Yeah, I fuck with it. So you're recording out of there. Try not to, what I mean? You're recording out of there. You're perfecting your sound. You're working with these different artists now. You're coming into your own at this point, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're starting to understand the business now. You're starting to see different things. Are you becoming more selective with who you're working with at this point?
Oh yeah. I'm real. So at that point, I was, well, I got a little bit, I got a lot more open.
Yeah.
Because that studio rent had to get paid, you know.
Yes.
Now
yes,
I had
yes,
two
yes.
rents. I had studio rent
Yeah.
and house rent. So,
Yeah.
you know, I had to bring in the money, you know. So I'm getting a little bit more loose, you know, posting statuses, you know, promoting myself. Hey, the studio's open. Who needs studio time?
And you grind too, bro. And that's the one thing. Like you make cover art. You know what I mean? You did that Gucci for me. Shout out Gucci. Good look. You're
I
doing.
was just listening to that before I left.
Oh yeah, say word.
Yeah.
That's fire. Um, um, but you're grinding and you're trying to find different hustles and different ways to get it as well. It just you're doing all these different things, making the covers. You know what I mean? And doing that, like you said, you're trying to pay rent.
Yeah.
So you got a whole different type of motivation.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So now it's like, all right, no more Mr. Nice Guy. Like, let me get these prices together. You know, dirt cheap, 35 an hour. You know what I'm saying? Like 35 an hour. Beats are $50 to $100.
Throwing packages together too, right?
Throwing packages together, you know. And it's going well. You know, I'm meeting a lot of different people. I'm recording music that I never would have been recording, you know. I'm in engineer mode, you know what I'm saying? People aren't coming through to, you know, get my beats. They're just coming to record to a beat that they got off YouTube, you know. So that was like a little discouraging. And then I'm like, all right, well, I need to like, all right, hey, I'll remake your YouTube beat. Hey, because you know you got to buy it. Did you try to buy it? Yeah, he ain't responding. You know, I don't know. I can't get in touch with him. Hey, I mean, like,
we can do that.
Know, I'll charge you this. I'll have to charge you this much though.
Still
you know
hustling.
What I'm
saying?
Yeah,
Like, for sure.
You know, like so. That was even a way to sharpen my steel. You know what I'm saying? Like remaking a beat.
You're getting back to basics, coming back full circle because you're coming back to where you started, right?
Yeah.
Deconstructing beats.
Yeah, bro. Deconstructing beats. Like,
yeah.
I mean, like, and I don't know, like that's just always been my shtick, you know, like sampling. I love sampling, you know. I still love to make beats from scratch too, you know.
Yeah.
But you know, the process is just sped up now. You know, music's coming out so much more faster. So like, you know, I'm trying to just always, you know, stay true to my sound, but you know, make sure that I'm aware of, you know, what's going on around here. You know what I'm saying the sound is always evolving.
Yeah, and I know throughout your career you linked up. You had a couple different projects that you did. I remember one of the times I seen you were a beat mason. We just had Roscoe on here. Shout out Roscoe. Y'all were the beat masons. That was fire.
Yeah.
And you're still collaborators. You guys still work on stuff together. And then you had the whole Rubik's cracking.
Yeah.
We had
the band the Rubik's.
Yeah, y'all should probably check that out too, huh?
Y'all should definitely check out the Rubik's.
Stream some Rubik's music.
You know what I'm saying? The Rubik's, Rubix. Yeah. There's an album we have called 8-Track.
Which is fire,
you know
by the way. We should play some 8-Track music.
Yeah, y'all can play some 8-Track. Yeah.
Do that. Yeah. How did those things come about? How did those ventures come about? What made you start wanting to collaborate with artists in that way to do like group projects?
Man, well, you know, around when I had met the whole Pirate City, you know, circle, you know, when I got in through Mosby, you know, shout out Mosby, Commonwealth family. I was just always, I was around, you know, I was just around, and
you were a Pirate City cousin.
I was a Pirate City cousin for sure, you know, and that's really what like that opened my mind, because I was like, yo, like they actually like listen to the same music that I listen to. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is crazy, you know. And I had knew Roscoe prior, you know what I'm saying? I knew Roscoe in high school, you know. The girl that I was dating was, you know, his best friend, you know.
Oh, okay.
So like
y'all was already locked in anyway.
We was locked in, you know what I'm saying? Me and Roscoe were sending beats back and forth to each other on AOL Instant Messenger. You know what I'm saying? That's how far it goes back.
So of course you start collaborating with these artists that you find, you know, commonality with. But let's while we have a moment, why don't we get into some Rubik's? Because you know, you got any track you want to play off of here?
Yeah, you can play Loot.
So this is streaming right now. 8-track the Rubik's Experience. So make sure y'all get that, download that wherever you stream your music at. This is the loop, or just loop.
Loop. Yeah.
Added some extra shit on there. Oh, it is playing. That sound right?
That sound weird.
It does sound weird.
It's like the headphone ain't plugged all the way.
Yeah. We are on a live broadcast, so you already know a lot of shit happens. Like it's somewhere though. I ain't no audio engineer. No, it's still.
Yeah, it is. It went out.
Short.
That's what.
Got a short. It's got a short on that thing.
Yeah, definitely got the shorty short.
I'm gonna try to get y'all the music. That's right. Higher. You the audio engineer. Higher.
That's how we gonna do that.
That's how we gonna do
Higher. Put your hands on your knees and bend it round. Put your back in, back out, do the hump. Put your hands on your knees and bend it round. Put your back in, back out, do the hump. That's what I'm on. Fucking tidal wave, nigga. I'm a fucking hurricane. Backboard blazing, roll so amazing. Booms up, bass, hide in the spaceship.
Cruising, surfing, Persians twerking, black light pimping, wood grain gripping. Baby from the west side, she thicker than a biscuit. OG Kush got me higher than my spaceship.
Higher than my spaceship, 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 higher than my spaceship.
Booming with the bass, bass out, biting on the speakers in the face. Mothership blast off in the space. Grab your binocular, it ain't hard to see that the money make it popular. It make the girls dance fast. I'm your choreographer, pocket full of cash. Yes, baby, toss it up, I'ma spit it fast. I got so much cash, I'ma toss it up.
Higher than my spaceship, 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 higher than my spaceship.
Smoking got a facelift. Higher than my spaceship. I smoking got a facelift.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I'm glad you put that up. Put that for now. Yeah, so that's Loot off of the Rubik's. That's crazy too. That's just fire.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
So what made y'all put that together, man? How did that come about? What made you say, like, yeah, we need to do a project. We need to make this group happen? Because of course Commonwealth was Commonwealth.
Yeah.
Tell us about Rubik's. Who were the members of Rubik's?
So the Rubik's was me, RI. You know what I'm saying? Shout out RI. And Zombie Man. You know what I'm saying?
Shout
Zombie
out
Man,
RI
you know
and
what I'm
Zombie
saying?
for sure.
I mean, from Commonwealth family. So, you know, if you know Commonwealth family, you know RI and Zombie.
Absolutely.
You know, and eventually like Roscoe became like a cousin to the Rubik's as well.
Yeah.
You know, but you know, we that's when I, you know, really got into like using my voice and everything. But like,
Really?
you know, yeah.
Oh,
I
that's
really
dope.
started just like writing, you know, like hooks that didn't even make any sense. Like Loot was like something that like I just put together, you know.
Yeah.
And anytime we had sessions, we never really had an idea of what we were doing.
Yeah.
You know? I would just sit there and mess around on the keyboard and see what happens, you know. Just
That takes a special type of chemistry too to make that happen.
A special type of chemistry. Like you got to be really like
Locked in with those
yeah.
individuals.
You got to take care of you got to really take care of your environment, you know, like because when you got unwanted people, you know, like in the studio,
Yeah,
that can affect the vibe.
for
You know what I'm
sure.
saying? Like that can affect the whole vibe of it. You know
Or
what I'm
people
saying?
who aren't productive or aren't being productive to the process.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly. Like, and there's so many people that like love to be in the studio just to say that they're in the studio,
yeah.
you know? So like, you know, you got to X all that out. We never had no one else in the studio with us, you know?
Yeah.
It was us three and, you know, a few beers, you know what I'm saying? And
y'all
loud
working.
music, and we're just working, you know, and having fun at the same time. That has to be a part of it, you know?
Yeah.
It's not no job, you know?
Right.
It's literally
It's your passion. That's what you love.
so, you know, and that was done in one night, you know. Loot was done in one night.
Yeah. Yeah, that's rare, especially when you have a group of individuals working on a project. It's hard to find direction and something that everyone wants to hold in common and something that everyone likes at the end of it.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, that's fire, bro. I love how that came together, and I love the movement. I remember I seen y'all perform at skating rink. This is a minute ago, bro. This is like when you first put the Rubik's together. Man, it was like out in Dormont, maybe. It was a bowling. No, it was a bowling alley. My bad.
Bowling alley. Yeah.
It was
I can't remember. There was a Payless next to it a long time ago. I think a long time. I'm tripping. No, across the street from it was
it was like
pizza
was it a
place.
Halloween show?
Yeah. It was it's called Smoke.
Smoke. Yeah.
It was a Paris City event.
Yes, sir.
Smoke. Yep.
Yep.
And yeah, we had like confetti tubes and everything.
Yep.
Like, it was crazy.
You had the floaties, like the blow up donut or something crazy, like all sorts of props and shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I just got some Jitney Fair on that. My bad. Shout out to Jitney Fair.
Shout out to Jitney Fair. So that's a road tool, passing tool. So yeah, for sure. So you're doing that. The Ruby shit popping. We're having a good time. The Ruby shit popping. And that's when you started. That's when you first started vocally recording shit.
Yeah, that's probably like when I really started taking it like real serious.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, just started just writing hooks. You know, I always kept it as simple as that. You know, every now and then, you know, probably like get a half of a verse or something. You know?
Because I know you got some features out there, and
yeah, I got a few features out there.
You're doing, you ain't, you know what I mean?
Like I don't, I'm modest. You know what I'm saying?
Indeed.
I don't take it too serious, you know.
But we're going to get into the massacre right now. No, we wanted to touch off of this. This was just a single, right?
Yeah. That was a single.
Tell the people a little bit about that as I get it ready.
So, you know, you mentioned SEMAGIC Hour.
Sure.
SEMAGIC Hour was a night where I would open my studio door to anyone. You know, I would literally post the address as a status, you know what I'm saying, like on social media, like a psycho, and tell people to come through, you know. Well, I didn't post the address in the status. You know, I would
say
post
DM me,
status, like DM me for the status. I mean, for the address. And, you know, everyone had a lot of people, you know, yo, what's the address? Different people were coming over, like that I already worked with. But I was putting people together in the room that I never thought I would see in the studio together.
Yeah.
Like, it was crazy, you know. You know, you were there.
Yes.
You know, everybody, like just all different types of too many people to name. But
a lot of dope individuals at that too.
Yeah.
Let that be known.
And I want to play with, you know, the SEMAGIC Hour song that we did, you know, the fuck that shit. Yeah. After, you know, the massacre.
For sure.
But yeah, this is a SEMAGIC Hour joint.
And this features Complex, Chuck G, and Lando Ash.
Yep. Complex.
What's up, Plex? Is that still off again? You're going to have to fix it up again. I know I fucked it up.
Oh, shit.
Some of you.
Oh, we'll reset it. It don't matter. You had it just right too, and I messed it up. I already know it.
Net worth, we not
Plex is killing it right now too.
100 cities. Record deal, no mass appeal, but witness skill. We live in ill. Yeah.
Whoa, it's some magic.
And this ain't Sunday service. Do your dirt, don't do the job if those funds ain't worth it. Some of you bums ain't working. I'll be up late lurking. Then be back up early morning when that sun first surface. I'm that one with purpose. Y'all so undeserving. Fuck the clout online, bitch. I'm the one in person. With no net worth. We not done networking. Till the whole damn earth wanna feel my purpose. 100 cities I hit for real. No record deal. No mass appeal, but witness skill. We live in ill. 3 Rivers still is not enough to give me chills. City is still, we hot enough for any meal. Give me meals, I'm rolling deep like 20 wheels. Those fake stacks got funny bills, my money real. Fingers in the dirt like I'm digging for worms. Let the bars burn like a perm, you gonna learn. Lesson for hard knocks, so call hard knocks. Jaws locks with me in the beatbox. Kid, I'm shaking like Barry Sanders and Detox. Since that heat rock, the wolves in the sheep's pit. Let that sink in on the deep end. I can bum rush or creep it. No days off, what's a weekend? I'm wide awake, I don't sleep in. I'm the alpha and omega, the beginning and the end. Watch I fall off, right and tread. You should've wore a helmet, Val. I'm beyond hot. Stand close enough, you'll catch a tan. Slide on them like Van Doors. This a gladiator sport, and the mic demands more. I'm never outnumbered. What you bring your mask for? Massacre.
So animated like Attack on Titan. The way that I catch them, ask no science. Black Road rising, grab those diamonds. Your world's under mine, we smash those lichens. Acting out vamping like Kate Beckinsale. Stuck behind these bars, there's nothing left but Bell. Screaming, oh my God, did you bless them nails? Trying to cross over big, gotta stretch them tails. Sonically, no one checking tails. I remain flying bright like heaven's pales. Satan's roof, hate the dude, make him news. Blaze and shoot, straight from you, stay with truth. Everybody lies, not the full story hardly. Word gets around faster than Lori Harvey.
Everybody on there torched that song.
Yeah, for sure. And that was the special thing about the SEMAGIC hour, right? Is like you said, you put individuals in a room who might not have otherwise been in a room together, and we're able to create magic that way.
Right.
Magic.
Right.
Ooh, magic.
Magic.
Because I know, even when I went there, I would see people that I've seen on the scene, and it's a real generic thing that happens whenever you go to events. Like, we should work together sometime. It's like a thing. It's like a greeting. Like, like how are you today? Even though you really don't care how the person is, you're just saying it because it's the thing. It's like one of those things that they say that like we should work together sometime. You're like, yeah,
and it's just like, should we, or is it just because we both do music?
Yeah, that's what it is.
But in this
the
situation,
SEMAGIC, you made that actually happen. Like cats that you genuinely wanted to do music with and just never had the opportunity because it's sometimes it is tough to coordinate schedules and things like that. You had people in a room who might have wanted to do music with anyway for a long time, just never got an opportunity to work together. You made that happen. Was that something? What inspired you to do that? What made you want to? Because you're donating your time as well, right? You're donating your time, your space.
Right.
You're not getting paid for that
at all.
Right.
At all. That was a free service for everybody. What made me want to do it really is feeling like I need to, give back, need to give back and like show this city that like I support it. You know what I'm saying? Like I support what everyone is doing.
Not
there.
just word of mouth, but you actually
like, you know what I'm saying?
Let me show you.
Let me show you how much I, you know what I'm saying? Like
I believe in you.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It was more so about the artist, you know what I'm saying, and trying to catch these vibes of what was going on in the studio, and some good joints was being made, you know what I mean? Like even people that didn't like make music, like maybe just people that just like always, had good ear for music, like that can give some good opinions. Like, hey, you know what? You should sample something. That would be hard.
Yeah.
And then I think you should definitely sing on this.
Yeah, right.
I think this is
they're producing tracks now.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like everybody is just like it's a pizza. You know what I'm saying? Like just like pizza. It's just bringing everybody together, So
making
like
this dope flavor.
Yeah. That's all it is, So I fuck with it, I want to do it again. I'm planning on bringing it back.
That'll be dope.
I'm definitely planning on bringing it back. It'll be definitely invite only.
Yeah, for sure.
A lot more, not so loose.
You're going to coordinate these things a little bit differently.
Yep. There's going to be tasks, like, all right, like everybody got to write a song about
this,
you know what I'm saying? Like
you're Dr. Dre in the thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I like
And
that.
it sharpens everyone's still, makes you work under pressure.
Because that's what you do when you get in the industry. You might go to a writing camp where that's what they're going to have you do. It's
Mhm.
just with the stuff that you're talking about. You'll go to these writing camps, and that's how a lot of songs are created. Even though the artists themselves that are writing a song might not ever be featured on the song themselves, but they're coming up with these creative things that you can shop around, and
Mhm.
it's creating opportunities for these artists to. And when you do things like this, it is sharpening people's still,
Yeah.
so to speak. It is sharpening your blade because now you're doing something that the industry artists are doing. Now you're better equipped to do it when the time does come.
Right.
For sure.
Right.
I appreciate that. So we're going to get into this next track. Fuck that shit.
Fuck that shit. Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about this one.
So this one was interesting. I believe RI was there that night, and I don't think he stayed for too long.
No.
But he was like, "Yo, you should sample Double Dragon." I was like, "Double Dragon, like, come on, man. You know, I'm born in the '90s. Like, what's Double Dragon?" Like, and he pulled it up on YouTube. I was like, "Oh yeah, this is getting torched." And then, yeah,
Yeah.
we got we had an interesting bunch in the studio.
Do you remember
night.
who's on this? Who's on this track?
We got in the order. I'm trying to think of it in the order. I'm trying to mess up the phone though. We got Marley, Complex.
Yeah, Plex.
You know what I'm saying? PK Delay.
Yeah.
And Zombie Man.
Zombie Man.
You know
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
saying?
For sure. So this is Fuck That Shit, the single. You can stream all of this music where?
Everywhere. You know what I'm
Everywhere.
saying? Spotify, Apple Music.
Wherever you listen to your music at, people, make sure you
Mhm.
get it. This is Fuck That Shit. Fuck that shit.
Keep talking that shit. Fuck that shit, little bitch. Keep talking that shit. Keep talking that shit. Fuck that shit, little bitch. Keep talking that. Keep talking that shit. Fuck that shit, little bitch. Keep talking that. Keep talking that shit. Fuck that shit.
Who got the boo? Who got the ooh? Who got the ooh? Zombie man ooh. Zombie man ooh. All black coupe, all black shoe. That black bitch, all black coffin, rat in the cage. Niggas be stomping, 12 be searching. They ain't find none. Dirty vans on my hustle. We got the hustle. We wanna tussle. Pretty little nigga. Niggas ain't talking about shit. Niggas ain't holding them chips. Nigga left dip. I was in the zone with a flip, but I ain't going home with a bitch, cause I ain't in the mix. I be at home trying to kick it on my own, trying to get another fix. How you fix your lips? You try to say a nigga like me. I don't need another thorn in this bitch. Fall home in this bitch. Rich young rebel in the mix. Trying to put my pedal on their neck. I'm never finna stress. I just wanna drink and have sex. And the nigga just pop X. And yes, I confess. I gotta put that shit up on the next. I gotta get that shit up on my chest. You niggas doing less. And I ain't even really trying to flex. I ain't even really trying to flex. You know niggas flex.
Young Jackie Chan, I blow up in this bitch like it's Pakistan. I roll up in this bitch, at least that's the plan. Pull up with his hip and his axe in hand. Goddamn, why you never show no love? Why you always throwing on us? Keep talking that shit. I ain't about to hold no grudge. Get paid no mind. I owe no one. Run places on a campaign, so the whole world about to say my damn name. Made a grand scheme on the airplane. When the check lands, it's not a fair game. Need mine. No, you gotta get yours too. Talk that shit, but I'ma spit my truth. Spark my spliff when I hit that booth. Trying to live my dreams while I'm in my youth.
Come up in the spot looking extra fly. Hand on the Bible, one testify. If the boy wants smoke, he can testify. Let around all shit, then the next fly. Suit and tie. Fit the boy for a puffin' and hell big clouds, but still ain't puffin'. All the dick ride, but you still ain't poppin'. Popped another bean and it got my jaw locking. Jaws of life, chewing mics. Killing shit even in the afterlife. Name another nigga, he ain't half as nice. Name another nigga, he ain't half as nice.
Keep talking that shit. Fuck that shit, little bitch. Keep talking that shit. Keep talking that shit. Fuck that shit, little bitch. Keep talking that. Keep talking that shit. Fuck that shit, little bitch. Keep talking that. Keep talking that shit. Fuck that shit, little bitch. Keep talking that shit.
This shit was crazy. That shit was a vibe, man. That shit was a vibe right there.
And that's what it was about, right? Like bringing these different artists together that typically wouldn't be in the same room.
Yep.
Creating something, and when it works, it's dope, right?
Yeah. I got a question for you. So what made you want to go with that hook? You know what I'm saying?
So okay, that's fair. I typically don't like to talk about myself. So if that night was crazy, like you said, RI came early. There was a whole bunch of people that came through, and we played through like so many beats, and you were creating
Yeah.
that as we were playing through all of these beats.
Yeah.
So I was just freestyling over in the corner, and somebody was like, "Oh, you should do that. This should be a hook."
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, "All right,
Yeah.
that's what it is."
Yeah.
Like I was just bullshitting.
Yeah.
I was like, "Yeah, you should do that."
Facts.
Yeah,
It
so
just it just made sense. You know what I'm saying? Like it made sense. Like, and then I think the lesson to be learned about that session, like to everyone in there, was that like simplicity is key.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and the beat was very psychedelic. You know what I'm saying? So it takes them out of their comfort zone of what they're used to hearing. You know, and rapping over. You know, again, it's a shield sharpener. It's a shield sharpener. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
It's definitely a steel sharpener.
So now you're dropping those singles. You're working with these different artists.
Mm-hmm.
Then you start making beat tapes. Right?
Yeah, eventually I started making beat tapes. Yeah.
How did beat tapes come about?
The beat tapes came about because I had so many beats, you know what I'm saying, like in the catalog. Like when I hate to like use this number, but I literally have like over like I have probably about like 10,000 beats. Damn. You know what I'm saying? Like just
That's crazy.
in the folder. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I don't mean like beats that are all the way done. You know what I'm saying? Like just loops. Sure. You know what I'm saying? Like just a bunch of ideas. I'll say it like that. You know what I'm saying? Nearly 10,000, you know what I'm saying, like ideas. But I had all these beats that I'm just like, I don't know if anyone's gonna, you know what I'm saying, want to rap over these beats. Like these beats kind of sound better with no lyrics.
Yeah.
Maybe I should just put it on something and just like put it out, just put a theme together or something. And it started with Vacation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And Vacation was just, some shit where, it would be like the soundtrack to, you know what I'm saying, your vacation.
Yeah.
That's it.
Just what it sounds like.
You know what I'm saying? This is what it sounds like.
Yeah.
And put some smooth joints on there. You know what I'm saying? Joints that were just like therapeutic,
Yeah.
Like, and from something, like familiar songs in there too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, oh my goodness, he flipped this old Ashanti song or something. You know what I mean? Like, so, I did 4 of those,
4 of them?
Yeah, I did 4 vacation beat tapes.
And those can be streamed everywhere as well?
Those can be streamed everywhere.
Make sure you do that. You just dropped Vacation 4, right?
Yep, just dropped Vacation 4 on Tupac's birthday. Didn't realize it was Tupac's birthday until I dropped it on that date. And I was like, wow.
So let's definitely get into some Vacation.
Yeah, man, yeah.
Gotta get into that.
Like I said, you can play whatever
off of
one you want, yeah.
Yo, Take Me There from Vacation.
It's SEMAGIC.
So this would be like the nostalgic, you know what I'm saying, like part, you know what I'm saying, of the vacation.
Yeah. So you're taking them on a journey basically through the vacation.
Yep. It's like I know people my age are listening to this, so it's like if you hear what I sampled, like that's from the Rugrats movie, you know what I'm saying? Like that's that Maya Backstreet Boy Black
Take Me There. I wanna go there. Yeah. Oh, okay. I ain't even.
Man.
Hey, bro, and that's the thing about when you sample, like, I probably wouldn't have put that together. And it's called Take Me There, like,
right in your face.
Yeah. I can hear it now that you say that, but I wouldn't have put that back. That's crazy.
And these beats are free game too, you know what I'm saying? I know people got the way of downloading beats, you know what I'm saying, from YouTube. So like, if you were to do a song to it, just make sure you credit me.
Holla at your boy.
You know what I'm saying? Holla at your boy.
That's all.
Yeah,
so that's definitely free game. Go ahead and get busy. He's giving y'all some fire too, man.
Yeah,
some fire. Still paying them dues. So Vacation 4 drop. We just listened to Take Me There. So you're taking people on a journey on this vacation.
Yeah.
That's the theme of it all. You're trying to drop off the bags to the bellhop.
Right.
Walking into the hotel room.
Facts.
Opening the door.
I'm trying
smelling the fresh linens.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, look at this bathroom right here.
Yeah.
Yo, look at this shower head.
Oh, the mirror selfie. Like, oh,
Yeah.
I can't tell you.
You know what I'm saying? The whole
So
vibe,
everybody
like
knows.
the excursions, all that. You know what I'm saying? Like
the jet skis,
the jet skis.
the weird looking vest that you got to wear because you don't know how to swim quite well.
Facts. You know what I'm saying? Those weird looking things on your feet because you don't like the way the sand feels on your bare feet.
What, Crocs?
Fuck
Those are the
Crocs.
words. Yeah. Yes.
Them things,
Yes.
bro. I seen a picture.
Oh,
If you leave them
man.
in the car, they shrink.
You shouldn't leave them anywhere. Bro, I hate Crocs. Bro, I'm on
I
a
don't
mission.
fuck with
Like,
Crocs.
My wife got like 20 pairs. I'm just like, it's a waste of fucking money.
Yeah, they're just
I could get a box tire for
they're ugly.
you guys want to hear something crazy that I
think
just
they're
found
ugly.
out? They made a movie back in the day. I can't recall what movie. It'd be a lot doper story if I could recall exactly what the movie is. But they made a movie back in like the 90s or something, or early 2000s, right? And they wanted to dress the people like the future, and they wanted to give them like you've heard the story, Jess. Shout out to Jesse. We're a bunch of Bull Studios, so they wanted to dress these people. Yeah, yeah. Oh, you know the movie. Oh, what's the name of it?
I can't remember either. I know exactly the movie
So
you're talking about.
the creators of the movie were like, we want to give these people like a dumbass like look, but we want it to be futuristic, but we
Mhm.
want it to be stupid as hell. So they dressed them in Crocs. This is like when Crocs first came out, bro.
What year was this?
Before Crocs came out.
No, this is when they first they were a new business. This is how they got. This was like early 2000s, 90s type shit, bro. Like this is. So they wanted to dress them in.
Predicted Crocs.
They predicted Crocs, bro. They're like, yo, people are gonna wear these dumb but they made it like satire. They made it like satire, like because they're so dumb, nobody's
Yeah,
really
that's
gonna
worth a
wear them.
Google right there. I'm gonna look into
Yeah, check that out.
I'm definitely gonna check that out.
Idiocracy. Yep, that's the film too. Idiocracy. If y'all don't, when did that come out? I gotta Google that shit right now. Let's find out.
Idiocracy.
That's definitely it too.
Yeah, they got them drinking that, like, it's not called Gatorade, but it's Gatorade.
It's probably called Prime.
Plants Gatorade. and shit.
It's probably called Prime.
Electrolytes.
Oh, it came out in 2006. So that's definitely early.
Yeah. I need to see what that's about.
But I'm glad you're with me on that, bro. I don't fuck with them Crocs, bro.
Yeah.
Except for
Crocs
I
is
will
like-
make the one exception for little kids, because my kids do have Crocs. For little kids,
Oh, I don't care if someone else wears Crocs.
I
Don't
do.
come at me with
I care if someone else wears Crocs. I hate that shit, bro. But it's real easy for my son to slip them on because he's a wild boy and he always wants to run and jump and he don't have time to put on shoes like a regular way. So yeah, bro, wear whatever you want.
Yeah. My son used to have a pair of Crocs. He grew out them things.
Thank God.
I ain't about to upgrade them things.
No, don't replace them.
He got some slides. He be out.
Sliding nose, man.
You know what I mean?
So yeah, vacation. You're taking them through the vibe.
Yeah.
of
I'm
what's
taking them
going
through the
on.
whole vibe, man. Like I'm hitting them love buttons. You know what I'm saying? Like
See if we get one. Let's see if we get another one of them joints from vacation.
I hope you didn't move your phone too much.
I probably did.
Oh man.
I probably did. Hopefully not.
Vacation boy.
Yeah. There you go.
We make love all night, every night.
It's fire.
You should go.
That's beautiful music right there. That's soulful. That yeah.
You gotta take it back to the roots sometimes. You gotta do it for the culture.
Oh, for sure.
Gotta do it for the culture. You know?
I know you broke off of the vacation theme and you dropped the 23-and-1. What was the motivation for that? I know you
23-and-1, man. Like, I had someone who I was, I knew very well, have to, go down there, and
where'd they go?
down to ACJ.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? They got
For those who
locked up.
don't know, that's a prison.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a prison within the Pittsburgh area.
You know what's jail? You know what I'm saying? Not
Yeah,
really
jail.
it
Yeah,
should
my
be a
bad.
prison though.
He's correct.
You know what I'm saying?
There is a
Like,
difference.
So like that was like just my,
It should be a prison.
my salute to like, the guys down there that, that are listening to music, like local music. They'll be happy to hear some beats come on, with a beat tape from a beat tape called 23-and-1. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you
made
know
for them.
23 is, exactly.
Yeah.
You know what 23-and-1 is, like, this whole beat tape is pain and
For
pleasure.
those who don't know, 23-and-1 is a lockdown schedule.
There's
There's 24 hours. There's 24 hours in a day. They give you 1 hour of rec or free time. And the other time you're in the cage for the other 23 hours.
Yeah, you're just in the cage. Right? Try locking yourself in your bathroom all day.
Yeah.
And then for 1 hour, just
You
come
can go
out.
to your living room. No, not even come out. You can go to your
Yeah.
living room.
Facts. You can go to your living room.
You got anything you want to play off here specifically?
Yeah, you could play. We'll play the first one.
All right, for sure. 23-and-1.
Yo, hurry up off the phone, nigga. You hear what I just said? I'm talking to you, nigga.
Oh, it's some magic.
Straight to it, you know what I'm saying? Straight to it. Pain and bounce.
And telling the stories, right? And I like the skits that you have in there as well. Like I listen to all of that stuff, obviously.
Thank you.
Or maybe not, obviously, but but I like how you have the skits in there and how you tell the stories, even with the vacation, with the voicemails and the descriptions and things like that. I love the creativity of that and really taking the listener on a journey. I think not to be one of those guys, because I love music, all music from everywhere. But I think sometimes now it seems like a lot of the storytelling has been lost in music and hip hop, and having themes and things like that have been lost, or it's not as popular as it once was. And it's sometimes good to have that bit of nostalgia when the artist is actually telling you a story with their music and conveying some type of message, so to speak.
I think the same story is being told over and over as well.
Yeah.
You know, when a story is to be told, like, it's the same story, it's the same vibe,
Right.
Like, and I can't get much off of that,
Yeah.
Like, I guess, like, I'd be considered a music snob,
Yeah.
And I'm perfectly fine with that.
Yeah. But you're an artist as well, so I mean, yeah, of course.
Right. So like I have it, I view it a certain way, and I believe that it pleases me when it's, sounds a certain way.
Yeah.
I have an acquired taste.
Yeah.
But that's how I look at it. You know what I mean? Like, it always goes down to, like, is it good? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Were you able to learn with those some magic hour sessions? Like you said, you were giving back to the city. That was kind of your way of giving back to the hip hop community that you were in. and you were also peeping the scene to see, what the vibe of the scene was. Did
Mm-hmm.
you accomplish that mission during those
Yeah,
sessions?
yeah. For the first season, I definitely I was definitely some magic hours coming back. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, I don't know much more about vacation, but I got 3 more in the chamber. You know what I'm saying? That I'm gonna drop. You know what I'm saying? Like, and yeah, I even actually 4. Actually 4.
Yeah.
Shout out 250 Beats and shout out Roscoe. Me and Roscoe have a beat mason, you know what I'm saying, like project that we're working on.
Yes, sir.
Um
If y'all haven't
pretty
seen the
much already
episode with
done.
Roscoe, make sure y'all check that out.
Yeah, yeah. I gotta check that shit out too. But yeah. And then me and 250 have one called Soul of Rage.
Oh yeah,
You know
yep.
what I'm saying?
Yep.
And then I have 2 as well. Retrosexual Activity.
And these are all beat tapes.
These are all beat tapes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're already done.
And you're
You know
saying
what
that
I'm
people
saying?
can, if you listen to these, when you listen to these, go ahead and go crazy. Send
crazy.
some homage what y'all doing. Let them see what
Mhm.
y'all working on.
That's it. You know, it's free game. You know.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's. I mean, that's
what
I'm
we can
working
look
on.
forward to.
That's what y'all can look forward to. You know?
Absolutely. Well, one more time, give the people your socials. How can they get a hold of you? They want to work with you. They want to be on these beats. They want to get some exclusive work, engineering, all that stuff. How can they get a hold of you?
Oh yeah, Instagram only #1 SEMAGIC SEMAGIC. Twitter Samaj Rega. Yeah,
Get at them.
get at me. You know
For
what I'm
sure.
saying?
And we brought you another episode of Marley State of Mind. I appreciate you coming out. We're at a bunch of Bull Studios. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, share all that YouTube stuff that people do. I'm not even always. I don't know if I get it right. And we'll see y'all next week, man. Appreciate you, bro.